Hi everyone. Current population of our planet is over 7 billion people. Can you even imagine how much that is? All your life wouldn't be enough to visit every corner of the world, to meet all the people. What a shame. Because every person is unique and interesting in their own way. And sometimes we are so different from each other that it's actually hard to believe. There can be all kinds of reasons. Lifestyle, cultural values, and nature itself contribute its part on a genetic level. Today, we'll tell you about these kind of cases. So here are 8 kids you wouldn't believe actually exist. Let's get it on. Nihal Bitler. This boy from India loved playing video games with his friends and got along well with his brother and sister. But this childishly innocent boy with the most lively eyes and caring personality suffered from a rare genetic disorder in which he aged 8 times faster than he should. At the age of 15, he looked like an old man. He was constantly being mocked at school, so he stopped going. His family and friends did their best to fulfill his dreams, but unfortunately there's no cure to this disease called progeria, and Nihal died on the 3rd of May 2016 at the age of 15. By that time, the biological age of his body was at the age of 120. Hannah Kritzek. She is a dwarf girl from Minnesota, US, but unlike her peers, her body has normal proportions. She's now 21 years old, she's 39 inches tall and weighs just over 2 stone. Apart from her little height and weight, Hannah is an ordinary American girl. She likes singing, performing in public, and dancing. She appeared in several TV shows, and now she pursues a career as an actress, doing her best to achieve her dream. Brendan Adams. One day, Brendan got famous as the tallest teenager in the world. He was born a normal baby at 7 pounds 3 ounces and 19.5 inches tall. However, when he was 4 months old, he had all of his teeth already. By the age of 4, he looked like an 8-year-old, and by the age of 8, like an adult. But mentally, he was just a child. Eventually, doctors found the reason that caused this incredible growth and could stop it at 7 feet 7 inches when he was 13 years old. Now he's 21, and although he's not growing anymore, he's still really, really tall. But it doesn't bother his friends who love him just the way he is. Charlotte Garside. This is the tiniest girl on earth. 8-year-old British Charlotte Garside. She's 27 inches tall and weighs less than 9 pounds. Is no bigger than a newborn and smaller than her favorite teddy. However, it didn't prevent her from going to school, although she looks more like a doll compared to her mates. When she was just born, she weighed only 2 pounds and was less than 10 inches tall. But the doctors warned the family that the girl could die before the age of 1. But fortunately, they were wrong. Although she has to wear clothes for a newborn, at least she outgrew her favorite cat a little. According to her parents, the rare condition doesn't prevent Charlotte from being curious and taking a great interest in the world around her. The parents decided to send the girl to an ordinary school, hoping that a good education would help her having a normal life later. Mohammed Kaleem. He is an Indian boy with incredibly huge hands. When he was just 8 years old, he already knew what suffering meant. Each of his hands weighed almost 18 pounds. Because of his abnormally big hands, he was constantly teased by his peers, but could not do anything about it. He was even expelled from a school because his condition frightened his classmates. However, in 2014, a medical team from southern India gave hope to the poor boy. They started a very complicated series of procedures to reduce Kaleem's hands. In 2015, he withstood his last surgery. After that, he's been given physiotherapy treatment, and now the former owner of the biggest hands on earth can eat, write and hold things by himself. Simon and George Cullen. The Cullen brothers, 13-year-old Simon and 11-year-old George, are often compared to Twilight vampires. They suffer from a rare disorder which causes light and sparse scalp, very sensitive to sunlight, and they have almost no teeth. The boys can't play with other children outside because of the risk of overheating, so they spend their time playing inside. Besides, Simon and George always have to use high SPF sunblock, wear hats and sunglasses. Lakshmi Tatma. This girl was born with a serious pathology. The bottom of her body was fused to the body of an Ischiopagus conjoined twin, so she had 2 pairs of legs and arms. Local people worshipped her as an incarnation of the Hindu goddess of wealth, but Lakshmi's resemblance to her mythological namesake came at a terrible price. She couldn't walk, stand, or even sit, and she could only drag herself around, until one day, Dr. Sharon Patil, an orthopedic surgeon, heard about Lakshmi and decided to save her. The operation lasted 27 hours, and now the girl lives a normal life. She goes to school where she can get a good education to fulfill her dream of becoming a teacher. Runa Begum. Thanks to doctors and concerned people that raised crowdfunding towards her treatment, Runa Begum from India was saved. Because of the progressive disease, her head swelled to 37 inches. After a successful series of operations, the circumference of her head was reduced to 23 inches. Eventually, she could sit and hold her head by herself, and even smile to all who helped saving her. Anyway, her life is safe now, and her head looks almost normal. Everything worked out as best as it could, and little Runa becomes more active every day. She tries to communicate, eats normally, and is being actively developed and enjoys every day. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks, and we'll be right back to you as fast as we can.